Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good morning everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessToTrader.com weekend update show. It is Saturday morning around 11:30 Eastern Daylight Time. I don't know when you guys are going to get the video, but I'm going to knock out the video, share my thoughts for the up and coming week. And I am going to my son's first home football game. Yes, he's playing football. Crazy. Anyway, hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody has a great September. Hopefully everybody is having their best life ever. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Again, health is the most important part. Don't think for a second it's too late to get into the best shape of your life. 20s and 30s, very, very easy. It takes you 60 to 90 days to get the body, or at least the road to the body that you want. So health is everything. So let's talk about the market. If you've been following along for the last 3-4 days, you kind of knew very, very important levels. Again, at least short-term intermediate levels for the point of trading, not investing, trading. Again, I don't know what's going to happen a month from now, a year from now, or 10 years from now. I am taking the data, gathering it all up, and getting ready for the following day. It's a day-by-day, trade-by-trade basis. And if you guys remember, we talked about 597 on the Qs, 597 again. Bet hold, bet hold, bet hold. They didn't hold. They went to the 10-day bet hold, 593. Didn't hold, one all the way down to the 20. Again, really good organic premium for the markets. And then that's a very important part. Again, you don't want a linear market that goes everything straight up. That's when you get pulled. Again, just ask the people on OKLO. If you guys remember, we had that conversation on Thursday's video, right? I think it was on Thursday's video. Don't buy stocks at 140. Don't buy stocks at 140. Stock came in, 25, 30% in the next couple of days. Again, there's only one pivot, guys. Everything else is continuation. Like I said on, I think it was Thursday's video. The further stock is away from its breakout level, the higher probability you're going to get very, very aggressively yanked. And that's exactly what happened in OKO. Just one out of a million examples of high flyers. Market's been on a magic carpet ride ever since the April lows. Year to date, we are up 16.5% on the QQQs. NASDAQ finally put in its first, red week in a while, only down 0.5%. Again, is this the start of a back test? I don't know. It's too early to say. I really don't have a dog in this fight, which way I prefer. I always enjoy a bull market just because there's more liquidity, more participants. It just feels a lot better. But hey, I like a good sell-off as well. We have here on the close is at least notable going into next week. We did reclaim back the 10-day moving average, put in a higher close on the previous day. That's very, very important. Now the QQQs need to get back above the 5-day moving average, which they lost on the 23rd. They need to close above 597. If we get a close above 597, then I do believe we are in the right track to start the holiday feasting, right? The holiday, the holiday weekends and the holiday weeks and the holidays in general. Halloween turns into the Thanksgiving potential rally, into the Santa Claus rally, into a potential January effect. But again, before we can put the cart in front of the horse all the way into January, let's talk about what we potentially could happen going into Monday. And that's the most important part. Again, let's talk about individual names, right? Individual names. Again, now that we know we reclaim back the 10-day moving average, which is important. Again, like I said, 597 on the close would be super duper bullish to kind of get rid of this last 3-4 days of selling before the reversal back on Thursday. So let's talk about some names. We're going to start off with Tesla. Right? We're going to start off with Tesla. Tesla's been on a really great ride since the massive breakout. And again, if you've been following along for the last, even month, we know the importance of the May highs. We got above that, had a magic carpet ride, great trade. We got back into it on Friday. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Again, like I said on Thursday's video, 445 is going to be the big number, right? 445 is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Monday's going to be day 6. It's going to be the 6-day distribution. That's good, right? The longer the distribution, the better. We started seeing really aggressive call buying coming in for this up and coming week for the 10-3 expiration. We saw 450s, 460s, 470s. We saw some 480s. We saw some end of the month 500s, 510s. So the institutional money flow is waking back up and getting aggressive. There's really nothing left to talk about it. We need a push. We need a strong build. We need a strong accumulation above 445. And if we can get a build above that 445, you can see where the measure potential could be all the way up to this upper Bollinger Band. So let's see, right? Let's see what happens. Let's see if Tesla can go on its second magic carpet ride. The first one obviously was on that May the 29th break, and we caught it really, really well. So let's see if we get an encore this week. Again, we tattoo this number 445, 445, 445, 445. Okay. NVIDIA, right? Let's talk about NVIDIA. NVIDIA made a couple of big bets over the last couple of weeks. First invested into Intel, brought it back to life, and obviously Intel stock went back to life. Again, the conversation is not about Intel. It's more about NVIDIA. NVIDIA now has been stuck in this weekly channel. It's kind of mirroring like Tesla did in May. It's just a little bit of shorter duration. You got this weekly channel. Let's look at the weekly view. Right, we got the weekly view here. As you can see here, we had this whole weekly view going all the way back to the July and August highs. It got rejected there as well on its earnings highs. Again, they invested in Intel. They invested in OpenAI, I believe, right? $100 billion investment in OpenAI. And now all it needs to do is clear out this multi-month channel. Again, until it clears out this multi-month channel, I don't care what headlines are coming in. I don't care what they do, what they invest, what their upgrades are. The next big trade is going to be above these July and August highs. If they can clear out this July and August highs, then I'm interested. Other than that, I couldn't care less about the stock because it has too many storylines with fewer results. When you have a lot of noise with no results, people start to kind of shy away. Again, there's old adage that I've sometimes used on the video. The world doesn't care about the labor pains. We just want to see the baby. The baby is this multi-month range. Until it clears out this multi-month range, I have zero interest in the stock. But when it does, it could be a multi-week move. And then for all you option players, for you swing traders, for all you aggressive momentum traders, above those July and August highs, that's going to be the time to enter the stock for a potential multi-week run. Metaverse, right? Metaverse, we had a nice pivot in the webinar on Friday. It lost the 50-day moving average. I think I talked about this on Thursday's video. It lost the 50-day moving average and traded all the way down to the 65, which is roughly around 37. I thought it was going to hit 36, hit 37. Nice move there. Again, it's not a good sign that Meta is below the 50-day moving average, so it needs to quickly get back above the 50-day to get a little bit of life. You got Microsoft, right? You got Microsoft kind of going sideways, been going sideways now since August, kind of a delta neutral stance here, nothing really to write home about. It got above the 50-day and then lost the 50-day, got rejected off the 50-day, reclaimed the 50-day. So it's kind of doing a lot of cardio without a lot of results. But again, one to watch. I'm still watching this thing above the September highs if the market this week starts to wake up again. Apple has been really, really strong, very, very strong now for the last several weeks. Again, you had the same type of multi-week, multi-month breakout like a lot of the names we started talking about here. It's kind of just going sideways now. This latest distribution needs to go sideways. Their product launches are not exciting anymore with the ear pods and this. That's the same thing with the iPhone. Maybe you get an extra emoji for an extra $2,000 on the iPhone. Nothing really exciting, nothing really revolutionary, but the chart is digesting and going sideways. Google. Right, you got Google had a big run. We talked about Google losing the 10-day moving average on Thursday's video. Nice move down, all the way down to the 20. It got back above the previous day's range, got rejected on the 10. Just like a lot of names, they're going to be trying to recover last week's moves to the downside. Google needs to get back above the 10-day moving average. Any close above 250 would clear out the latest selling, which is very, very important for the stock. You got Amazon. right? Amazon has been in a little bit of a torture chamber, right? Lost the 50-day moving average. We had a big move on this thing. Big move, got rejected off the 5. And there, guys, this thing is very close to losing multi-month levels. I mean, Amazon really needs to wake up. If it doesn't wake up and this market continue its downturn for another week, man, if this thing starts losing the August lows, this thing could get really aggressive. So as you can see here, Amazon off this orange line has been rejected numerous times. That's the 5-day, right? You see it? Orange line rejected, orange line rejected, orange line rejected. Friday, orange line rejected again. So it better wake up soon, because that orange line is the 5-day short-term supply. It needs to get back above it, because if it can't, I do believe we might see these August lows. That's definitely a name you want to continuously watch. Some other names that look pretty good. Let me give you guys some names I'm watching for this week. I don't want to drag this out. Let me see what we got here. Look at the Coinbase names, right? Look at the Coinbase names. Well, the kind of big claims, but Coinbase names. So Coinbase has held the bottom range here, okay, for a long time. This bottom range here also goes back to the August lows. As you can see here, we're like a week below the 50-day moving average. The longer it stays below the 50-day moving average, the worse it's going to be for the stock. So it needs to wake up. You got MSTR broken, right? You got MSTR broken. The September lows put in the inside day of buying on Friday after it put in a pretty big move to the downside on pretty big move to the downside on Thursday's session. And you got a lot of the other names, the recent high flyer names, kind of just like basing out here, still all below the 5-day moving average. So, you got the PLTRs of the world, you got the AMDs of the world, again, all underneath supply. So all these stocks this week have to get back above it. It all starts with the Qs. If the Qs can get back above the 597 level, I think everything will wake up. And obviously, all these stocks have been kind of underneath the 5-day, need to reclaim the 5-day. If the bulls start giving back last week's lows, then yeah, folks, we have some room down. That's the most important part to understand. If we start losing 588 on any close, and again, we're $6 above that, so $7 above that. But if we start losing the 20-day moving average, we're going to go lower. So it's super important that the bulls did reclaim back the 10-day on Friday. Now we need to reclaim back the 10. But the focus definitely this week is Tesla. Let's see if we get that magic carpet ride, man. Let's see if those buyers come in Monday morning, start pounding those 450, 460, 470 calls, and light this baby up like a firecracker. Guys, have a great weekend, everybody. God bless, stay blessed, and with God's help, I will see you all on Monday. Take care.